Hey folks, welcome to our next exit. Well, it's October now, so that means I'm late again for the September monthly expense report. But the sad part, at least for me, is this is our last month of living the full-time RV lifestyle. Portland and I have been living in our RV since June of 2017. That's 40 months. And here in about 2 weeks, we'll be back in Yuma, and we'll be changing from full-time RV lifestyle to part-time RV lifestyle. And then we're going to be spending our winters in Yuma and then our summers out traveling the country. So it's kind of a switch. I didn't think it would happen near this quick. But September, we were all up in the Pacific Northwest, mostly with our kids, and then we have a lot of friends. If you're on the western half of the country, come summertime, the Pacific Northwest is where most everybody wants to be. We've been in 65-degree temperatures for months. We've wore light jackets in the early mornings, but that's about it. So anyway, back to our expense report. This is for the month of September 2020. And how this works, let me just real quick run over it. We have 1,000 Trails membership, and they have 81 campgrounds scattered around the country, from the west coast and east coast, and then down in the south a little bit. And once you get a membership, we spent $4,000 for our membership. We bought it used. We can stay up to 21 days and then go to another one, stay for another 21 days, 1 to 21 days, and stay for free. But sometimes the campgrounds are not where you want to be, so we stay in a KOA or a state park or a friend's house or whatever. And that's what we've been doing for the last 3 years. We have no bills, so there's nothing in here for credit cards or car payment or house payment or RV payment. If you have those things, you just have to add them in extra. But the purpose of this is to show what we spent living the RV lifestyle the way we do it. Everybody's going to do it a little bit different, but hopefully this gives you a starting place. We will send out, if we'll put our email address right here, it's bobrpearl@gmail.com, and we'll send out a blank one of these spreadsheets, and it's got a tab on the bottom, and it has our expenses for 2018, just to use that as an example, and how many miles we've driven, and it'll have all these little notes that you can kind of check out and see what constituted those expenses. So it's for the 12 months of 2018, and then it has another tab that's all formatted, and you can just plug in your numbers, what you estimate you might spend, and then it'll give you what you what those totals are, both by month and then by year for each line item. And it'll let you play around and kind of come up with a budget for your RV lifestyle, if that's something you think you want to do. At the end of this year, at the end of 2020, we will clean this spreadsheet up that you're looking at now, and we'll send that out to anybody that wants it. And it'll have all of 2018, all of 2019, 2017, and it's all. And we've got some bad, we've had bad trouble with maintenance and just all kind of issues. That's all in here. That kind of, it'll paint a pretty good picture of what you could expect. So let's go over this month here, or let's go over the spreadsheet. This here will be the month of September. It's everything that we spent, with the exception of anything that we spent on the house. That's going to be, I have a little section down below, I'll show that also. It doesn't show anything we spent for our YouTube channel, for cameras. It does have our first stuff back in 2017 and 2018, but I quit adding in any YouTube stuff for the last year or so. Doesn't have any money that we gave away for gifts and stuff or charity. It doesn't have anything in there. We had a storage unit until just a couple of months ago. That was $350 a month. We did that for 3 years. It doesn't have anything for that in there. That's since gone away. So all of our house and our YouTube and our charity kind of stuff is separate. But this is everything else for each month. So this here's the month of September. This column here is the totals for the last 12 months, and then these will all fill in just a second. And then this column here is those totals for the last 12 months divided by 12 to tell you what we averaged for a month in the last 12 months. And then this column here is those totals, say for diesel, for the last 40 months divided by 40 to tell you what we've averaged for the per month for the last 40 months. And then these columns here, these rows here are a little bit different. I'll go over those whenever we get some numbers populated in there in just a second. So let's start off the month of September 2020. We drove 862 miles. And that was from Long Beach. We went up there to visit with family. That's close to Lance and his wife and kids. And then some friends of ours from Yuma live up there in the summer, and they live in Yuma in the winter. They're the ones that loaned us let us plug into their electric service and use their trash service until we got our utilities all set up at that rental we did for a month or so there in Yuma. And so we wanted to go up and see their place in Washington, in Raymond, Washington. So we had a good time in Long Beach. And then Charles and Abby, they were up there. They've got them a smoker grill, and they smoked a tri-tip one day. They smoked some ribs one day. And then when we were over in Bend, Dave and Karen, they smoked a pizza one day. All of that stuff was so awesome. Portland and I actually went and bought us a Green Mountain grill, the Davy Crockett, the small camping RV size. And I'll show some pictures when we get down to those expenses. And we love it. And Dave and Karen are here at Lake Tahoe where we're at right now. They're going to come over tonight for cocktails, and we're going to smoke up some ribs tonight. And I've never done smoking, never smoked ribs. We have smoked a tri-tip, salmon, hamburgers, a couple more things I forgot. So I just get on the internet and get a recipe and see. Some stuff has turned out okay, some not so good, but I'm sure we'll get it better and better each time. But anyway, that's how many times we moved. Average travel day. This is a new line item we added in, and you'll be able to get this whenever, if you get a copy of this, for each month. How much we average traveling for each travel day. So we drove 862 miles, moved 4 times, so that's 216 miles we drove average on each travel day. We spent 22 nights in Thousand Trails, so those were free. 15 nights at Long Beach, 4 nights at South Jetty, and then 3 up here at Tahoe. Tahoe is an encore park, but we get to stay there. It's included in our Thousand Trails membership. The original owners, that's one of the perks he had added in. We got 5 encore parks added in. We spent 1 night in a forest there in Northern California. And then we spent 7 nights at Washoe County State Park. That's just a few miles south of Reno. Days in Yuma, this is another line item we added. We spent 20 days at our house in May, 11 days at the house in June, and then we will get back there around the 20th or so this month. So we'll probably have 10 days at the house in Yuma this month, next in October. So let's go to diesel. We spent $437 on diesel fuel. We have a full tank of gas. Our fuel tank's 135 gallons, so we got 130 gallons or so of fuel. We've spent a total of $3,500 on diesel fuel in the last 12 months. So we averaged right at $300 a month for diesel fuel in for the last 12 months. And since we've been RVing, we've averaged about 333. And probably the biggest reason that's gone down, you can see our miles has gone down 50 miles, 60 miles a day. But fuel price, because we have fuel discount card now, that saves us quite a bit on diesel fuel. And then campsites, we averaged $54 a night, and that's because once you purchase a Thousand Trails membership, you have to pay annual dues. Our annual dues are $650 a year, so we divide that $650 by 12, and we stick in $54 a month for camping expenses. Now we do have Escapees and Good Sam and Passport America, and we just put those in the month that we renew. They're all less than $50 a year. So we put them in whatever month we pay that. And so that means we averaged $1.80 for campsite fees this month. For the last 12 months, we've averaged right at $8.50 for campground fees. And normally a campground on the low end is $30, but easily it's 40, 50, 60. And we paid as high as 175 or so. So we averaged, for the last 12 months, 850 cents. For the last 40 months, we've averaged 826. Big part of that is our annual dues, but then when we stay outside of 1,000 Trails, because we want to go somewhere where there's not a 1,000 Trails campground. Motorhome repairs. We bought, last month we replaced one of our air conditioner shrouds on the roof. They're all starting to crack, and it just came off. Luckily it came off when we was at our grandson's house and didn't blow off on the road. So we went ahead and bought the other two campground shrouds. You can see them here. They're big. They're like $120 a piece. We bought a gear pack, and here's the gear pack, and the little holes on the end, it just, on our big slide, is so heavy, it just slowly wears out that hole and snaps off the end. And so it has two gears, one on each side, and it'll snap off, and up the front corner will come in, and the back corner where the fridge is will stay. We've just had this problem forever, and it's always it's a big deal when it snaps, but it takes 2 or 3 hours to replace the gear, and then we get going. So now we bring in the bed slide the day before we leave, just to make sure that we can get it in, and then hopefully I can find what's causing that and fix that. And then we had the RV wash, took it through a truck wash. This is a truck wash in Sparks, Nevada at the Alamo Petro, and it's $1 a foot, so they charge us $40, and then a water filter. Auto and gas repair, no repairs. We bought $98 in gas, and then we had the car washed. That's all we had for that. RV, auto, and umbrella. So our insurance, we changed the insurance companies. We lowered our limits. We're going to raise them back up a little bit. That probably wasn't when we get back to Yuma. But we spend $871 a year for our RV insurance. We got rid of our full-time now that we have a house, and we just have regular RV insurance. And then we spend for our car $839. So that's about $1,700 a year we spend on the RV and the car for insurance. We divide that by 12, and we allocate $143 a month for insurance. Groceries is awful high. We hadn't been doing a lot of eating out since COVID got here. We spent $1,255. Big part of that is we bought a fair amount. We bought that smoker, and so we went and bought a bunch of ribs, some tri-tips, some steaks, just to practice on the smoker. And so that added up, plus not going out to eat to restaurants as much. We eat more at home. So $1,255. Now that's not just food. That's everything we buy in the grocery store. Dog food, cleaning supplies, paper towels, toilet paper, everything that she buys at the Walmart or Safeway or wherever it is, the dollar store goes in there. Even if it's a dog leash, it goes into groceries if we buy it at the grocery store. For the last 12 months, we spent $1,124, so that's $937, right at $1,000 a month. And then for the 40 months, $900. It's good. COVID is just the biggest reason that's gone up so much. But it is everything we buy at a grocery store. Dining out, $148. Last 12 months we average $175, and the 40 months we've been doing it, $240 for dining out. And one thing, our grandkids have started picking up the tab on going out to dinner. We have, every one of the kids, I think this whole year, I don't think we've spent a single time have we gone to a restaurant and paid for it, which is a new switch. I kind of like that. That works out good. Internet and cell phone, $208, and that's pretty steady. We've got 2 cell phones. We have a jetpack. That's one of these little things right here, and it's Verizon. We have an unlimited plan that's gone now, but it's $65 a month. And if we have a Verizon signal, we pretty much have unlimited internet. It works really good. And then I've got my smartwatch that hooks is hooked up on it. $208. DirecTV, $24. Medical, this is just our Medicare. We have Part A is free with Medicare, and then Part B is $145 for each of us, so that's $290 total. Part D, that's our prescription drugs. We have the cheap Walmart plan because we don't have take too much prescriptions. So that's $13 a piece for $26. We have a Medigap Plan G that costs $125 for Pearl and $131 for me, and that picks up everything that, if Medicare approves the expense, they pay 80%, and there's some different whatever deductible stuff. This Plan G picks up everything that Medicare doesn't pay. If Medicare approves it, Plan G picks up the balance. So if you're and it's anywhere in the country for Plan G or for Medicare. So traveling, that's important. Wherever we're at, we can go in any doctor or hospital that takes Medicare. Pet care, we just had Tinker trimmed. And speaking of which, Tinker, stand up here. We just got her a hoodie, and one of her old, because her hairs are short, and it's like 35 degrees in the daytime. But this hoodie here, it'll go, it has this is for our rally. We're having a rally in January, and it goes all the way down, goes over her butt. It's got a hood on it for her head and ears, and it's got a slit here where you can pull out the, you can hook up the leash. So it's a neat little hoodie. It's got a Next Exit logo on it. You're so good, Tinker. You're such a good puppy. And then Quartzsite 2021. So if you got a little dog, we would recommend this one pretty good. Put your hoodie down. Tinker seems to like it. She's cold right now because it hasn't warmed up yet. We just got in from our walk. You can see it comes all the way, well, you can kind of see. For a little dog, and they got all different kind of sizes. Down under this video, you'll see a band of things you can order. You can sell my shirt. Got our logo, and Quartzsite 2021. Or a hoodie. I don't wear hoodies too much, but we got this. And Quartzsite gets cold. So does Lake Tahoe. Even in the summertime. But in the wintertime, it's nice in Quartzsite, it's nice in the daytime, but at night can get down in the 30s or the low 40s. And so you need a sweatshirt or a hoodie or something. So we've got these. If you're coming to the rally, you might want to get one of these for a couple of reasons. To keep you warm, keep your puppy warm. Whoops. We got some coffee cups there, all kind of stuff. And it'll help pay. We got to get a PA system, and we got to get... we're getting a temperature gun, a lot of different things for the rally. Probably costing a little over $1,000 already. And we're picking up all the expenses. The rally's free for everybody. It don't cost you nothing, and if you don't want to buy anything, don't buy anything. To be honest, it's not the best quality. They're not the best t-shirts, and they're a little bit expensive. But we get, whatever the price is, we get probably 40% of that in profit. So that money is going to go to help pay for the rally. So if you want to pick something up, we appreciate it. It's going to help. We've got probably 40 people now that have confirmed they're going to attend. So that'll help a lot. I kind of got off subject there, but because Tinker got a haircut, she's got real short fur now, and it's pretty cold out there. She's sitting in my lap. She doesn't do that very often, but Pearl's gone into Reno to see our daughter. She usually sits in Pearl's lap, and she's still cold from coming in outside. What else we got here? Recreation and hobbies. Usually we're pretty low in here. We put that Davy Crockett grill because that's more going to be like a hobby, just cooking, barbecuing on that. It's a lot of fun. We bought a lot of pellets. It's a pellet stove, and it hooks up to your cell phone. You can set the temperatures. You set the temperature that you want it to cook at, and you set the temperature, put a meat probe in the meat, and it tells you when the meat has got up to temperature, when it's ready. It's amazing, and it's only $300. It's just a regular barbecue costs that much, so I'm amazed at the low price, and it cooks really good. It's fun, and you don't burn or undercook your meat because it's all computerized. It's smarter than I am, but for sure. So anyway, that's Hobbies and Leisure. Computer hardware, nothing. Clothing, that's just Pearl's been with our daughter, and when they get together, they're always spending something. So I ought to feel pretty lucky. It's only $81 so far. Don't tell them what it'll be today. Mail is nothing, but she's worth every penny. I'm not complaining. So for the month, $3,889. We averaged the last 12 months, $3,817. So we're right in line. And then since we've been going at this 40 months, we averaged $4,000 a month. That equals $46,000 in the last 12 months, and almost $49,000 since we've been doing it. So $45,000 to $50,000 is what we spend. This is a little section we've added in. This is for our house in Yuma, and we've had it since June, so September. These things are just there. I just paid the property tax, and it was $2,255.88. So we just divide that by 12 and stick that in there. Our home insurance is not a whole lot. It's $500 a year, so $44 a month. Pest Control, they've got termites in Yuma, and they said if you don't have them, you're going to get them. So everybody does the termites, and up in Reno, they don't have them too much. So we hadn't had to worry about that before. That's $450. And then fire insurance in Yuma, we're outside of Yuma City proper. So to get the fire department out there, you got to pay an extra tax. And that's, for us, it's $321. So we divide that by 12 and stick $27. And then we just throw in $100 for maintenance. So these are all just kind of averages. While we're gone, we leave the thermometer set on 93 degrees. And most everything else is off. And that's run us, it's gone down every month. Well, this month it went back up. But roughly $98 a month with us not being there. Probably double that when we get there. The water company, the water is like $20, and the sewer is like $60 or something. It's pretty expensive, in my opinion. Internet, we keep internet because we got cell phones and everything. Cell phones. We keep internet because we've got cameras and alarms on the doors and windows and stuff. So we got to keep our internet going. Trash was able to shut off. The gas, we left that going just because it doesn't cost much, $10 a month. So here's our totals. So far, we're averaging $652. And so in the summers while we're gone, that's probably what it's gonna cost us, $652 a month, along with our traveling. So probably $4,500 a month, $7,000, $8,000 a year. So $55,000 to $60,000 is going to bump us up, having the house and the RV. So it's going to add a little bit. I'm guessing we're going to be close to that 60, because when we're living there in the winter, well, it probably won't be too much more. Anyway, $55,000 to $60,000. So that pretty much covers it. That's our last monthly full-time RV expense report right here. Like I said, we're probably going to keep doing this October, November, and December, and then I'll clean this up. And then if you want the last 40, whatever it'll be, 43 months, I'll send this spreadsheet to you. Send us an email at boborpearl@gmail.com. If you send it now, I'm going to send you our 2018 that has a blank where you can fill in your numbers. It has one tab with our numbers and then a blank tab where you can fill in your numbers. And then in 3 months, I'll send you this one if you're interested. So that pretty much covers it. We're going to be here my sister's coming up to see us. So it'll be my brother and me and my sister and our spouses for a couple of days this weekend. She lives in Texas. And so I'm looking forward to that. Then after she comes and then heads back to Texas, we're going to head to Yuma and We may or may not. I may be able to do another video. I'll try to do a video kind of our travels up in Oregon. And then we'll start doing a lot more videos for our Boondocking rally. That's going to be January. Folks are starting to arrive as early as the 11th, and it lasts until the 24th. So, and don't forget, we've got an Amazon account. If you are going to buy something on Amazon, Christmas season is coming up. Everybody's going to be buying a lot of stuff. Our link is right down here at the bottom. And it never hurts to point out our Amazon link. We're an Amazon affiliate, and I think everybody knows how that works. But if you're going to go to Amazon, if you're going to buy something anyway, it doesn't cost you any more. We get a little small commission. If you just come by here, smash that Amazon link, it'll take you straight to Amazon. You buy what you want, and then it costs you no more. We get a little commission, and it sure does make this lifestyle just a little bit more enjoyable. So if you think about it, we appreciate it. And all that money we get off the Amazon account, plus the clothing and the coffee cups and stuff that you might buy from our link down below, is all going to help pay for that rally. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you come January. But until then, keep the wheels rolling, stay safe, and we'll see you guys at the next exit. Bye-bye, everybody.